From an Australian surfer attacked by two sharks at the same time to a diver swallowed whole by a great white, we take a look at 10 of the most deadliest shark attack stories. Number 10. Sean Pollard. Australian surfer Sean Pollard survived not only a shark attack, but an attack by two great white sharks at the same time. Sean was surfing in Western Australia when he felt like he collided with a fish. The fish turned out to be a shark, and while struggling with it, another one approached and attacked, leaving Sean without his left arm and his right hand, but he still managed to make it to the shore and escape the attacking sharks. Number 9. Barry Wilson. On the tragic day of December 7th, 1952, Wilson was swimming with his friends 40 feet away from the shore when suddenly, according to one eyewitness, he strangely moved from side to side, screaming for help and apparently in pain. According to an eyewitness account, a shark attacked Wilson from the front, violently lifting him from the water and apparently shaking him from side to side. He disappeared from the surface and then reappeared bloodied with his arms waving for aid. His colleagues managed to swim towards him for help and took him out of the water. Of course, they did their best to rush him back to the shore, but before they got there, Wilson was already dead as a result of the severe wounds he suffered to his left leg, back, his buttocks, and his right thigh. Barry Wilson was the first ever recorded victim of a tragic shark attack in California. Number 8. Ian Redmond and Gemma Houghton. Ian Redmond and his wife Gemma Houghton had only been married 10 days. They were honeymooning in the Seychelles in 2011 when right before Gemma's eyes, a 6-foot shark attacked Ian while he was snorkeling a mere 20 yards from the shore. His arm and leg were ripped completely off his body, and he bled to death on the beach. Only 2 weeks previously, a Frenchman had been killed by a shark a mere 400 yards away from where Redmond was attacked, and a local tourism chief was criticized for not warning tourists about the prior attack. Number 7. Rodney Fox. Rodney Fox, then 13, was defending his Australian spearfishing title in 1953 when a great white shark grabbed him round the middle and then dragged him through the water upside down. The predator released him as he gouged its eyes, but soon returned and attacked again. Fox jammed his arm down the beast's throat and pulled it free again, ripping the flesh from his arm. The shark released him, but then returned a third time, dragging Fox along the ocean floor. After nearly drowning, the teenager was released and pulled aboard a nearby boat with his ribcage, lungs, and upper stomach exposed. Miraculously, the main arteries remained intact, and he survived after 4 hours of surgery and 360 stitches. Number 6. Bethany Hamilton. The Hawaii-born surfer started competing professionally at the age of 8, but when she was 13, a particularly pissed-off shark decided that he didn't want to share the ocean anymore. One October morning, a tiger shark spotted Hamilton's left arm dangling from her board, and with one mighty swipe, severed it at the shoulder. Her father managed to make a tourniquet out of a surfboard leash to help her from bleeding to death. Most amazingly, Hamilton didn't let the attack stop her from surfing, and she was back in the water less than a month later. Number 5. Shirley Ann Durden. 33-year-old housewife and mother of 4, Shirley Ann Durden, was swimming in only 6 feet of water in Australia in 1985 when a great white shark, estimated to be 20 feet long, attacked her in front of multiple witnesses. Friends restrained her husband, Barry, from jumping into the water and attempting to save her as he desperately screamed, "She's gone! She's gone!" The shark's first bite reportedly tore Durden in 2 pieces. Rescuers arrived to find her headless torso, but as they were trying to pull it out of the water, the shark doubled back and swallowed that too. The only remaining trace of Durden's existence was a single swimming fin. Number 4. Omar Conger and Chris Rem. Omar Conger and his buddy Chris Rem, both freedivers, were once going abalone hunting in 1984 around Santa Cruz, California. While they were 150 meters away from the shore and at 15 feet distance from each other, Conger was suddenly attacked by a great white shark, and as most attacks, it shook him from side to side before he was dragged under. The shark reappeared with Conger still in its mouth and went straight towards Rem. Just as the shark was nearing Rem, it released Conger and disappeared, which gave Rem the opportunity to pull Conger onto a flotation mat. Unfortunately, before they reached the shore, Conger was already lifeless, most likely due to blood loss. Number 3. Robert Pamperin and Gerald Lehrer. Robert Pamperin and his friend Gerald Lehrer were diving for snails in San Diego's La Jolla Cove. Everything was peaceful until Lehrer heard Pamperin scream and then saw him tumble over the surface of the water with his mask missing. Lehrer was surprised to see Pamperin held up in a shark's mouth with half of his body in it. Lehrer tried to distract the shark, but it was too busy with Pamperin. Lehrer went ashore to seek help, and by the time rescue reached the scene, Pamperin was nowhere to be found, except for, again, a single swimming fin. Number 2. Ahmad Hasim and Tariq. Ahmad Hasim and his younger brother Tariq helped out in a local lifeguard training exercise. While the training was going on, Tariq was playing as an unconscious victim in the water. Ahmad spotted a great white shark heading towards Tariq, and he immediately started splashing to divert the shark's attention to him. He succeeded in his plan, and the shark went for him, biting off his right leg. He managed to swim out further from danger and was rushed to the hospital, where he made a full recovery. Number 1. Henry Bourse. Henry Bourse is an underwater photographer and filmmaker. In 1964, Bourse and his companions were swimming with some seals in the ocean near Lady Julia Percy Island in Australia. For a moment, everything was fine, until a great white shark struck Bourse from below and bit off his leg. His co-divers heard him scream and noticed his leg floating in the water. They were able to save Bourse by lifting him out of the water and into the boat. According to Bourse, he struggled to get his leg free from the shark's mouth by gouging its eyes and jamming his hand down its throat. Nevertheless, he survived the attack, and it inspired him to make a documentary out of the incident.